Hello fellow whisky lovers and welcome to the Dram Bar by Lactador and Whisky Club. I'm Dean and I'm looking forward to sharing a few drams with you as we embark on a journey through a world of wonderful whiskies together. Here at the Dram Bar we will be discussing and reviewing the whiskies we have available in our gift sets, our monthly subscriptions and those available at our online Dram Bar. This is where you can build a tasting event from the comfort of your own home. There's a link in the description if you'd like to find out more and would love to hear your thoughts on the drams that we share together. So if you love whiskey, pour yourself a dram, sit back, relax, and let's enjoy tonight's tipple together. Good evening and welcome to tonight's whiskey, which comes from Aber Distillery. It takes just under 3.5 hours from here in Towcester to Aber Distillery in North Wales. As I'm filming in October, it felt right that we should include an autumnal release in this month's subscriptions. So tonight we are drinking Aber Falls. It's the autumn release from 2021. If you're watching along with the dram from our online dram bar, then pour it into a glass of your choice and that will let it breathe whilst I tell you a little bit of information about the distillery before we jump into the whiskey. Aber Falls is the first distillery in North Wales since the early 1900s and is located in a small picturesque village called, and it's at the foot of the Aber Falls waterfall and the gateway to the Snowdonia National Park. The distillery itself has been refurbished and boasts a proud history of being a 19th century slate works and a wartime margarine factory. The distillery has a proud connection with its local community, working closely with local farmers and businesses using authentic Welsh malted barley and fresh Welsh water in the production of their whisky. The whisky is distilled in large copper stills and matured in American oak, virgin oak and sherry casks to enhance the flavour profile, and I really can't wait to try this whisky. So let's dive straight into it. So the Aber Falls 2021 autumn release is the second single malt release by the distillery. And one thing I notice when I pour the whisky is it's quite light in colour. So you probably won't see it on the camera there, but it's a really light whisky. Could be a couple of reasons for that. It usually means that it's had less time in the cask, so it's probably a younger whisky. And Aber Falls on their website, they do say that the whisky has to be matured for 3 years and one day. So it's possible that it's quite a young whisky from that respect. It could also be the type of wood used as well. So whisky will draw its colour from the wood in the cask that it's used to mature in. So there could be a number of factors that impact the colour there. So we know that this particular whisky is matured in a combination of sherry, virgin oak and American oak casks. So it would be really interesting to see what impact that has on the flavour and taste that we get from this whisky, from this dram. I usually find that whisky matured in sherry casks is quite sweet, and that's really an overpowering flavour that comes through for me. So it'd be interesting to see if that comes through with this particular whisky. When it comes to nosing, it's very subjective. It all depends on what you've had to eat or drink that day. It also depends what sort of flavours and tastes and smells that you know. You can't find a flavour if you've not had it before. You can't smell something if you've never smelt it before. So it's quite subjective. And to nose, I'm in a Glencairn tonight because it's got the kind of wider bottom, lets the air into the whisky and it will bring out the flavours. So if I tilt the glass ever so slightly, I'll slowly bring it up to my nose and just have a slow breath in. And when I get to kind of there, fairly close to the nose, I can really get that orangey smell that's coming through, quite a strong orange smell. You can get your nose in there a little bit further if you want to. You don't want to go straight in with your nose right into the glass. It would just be too overpowering and you won't get anything from it. So, slowly bring up the glass. Definitely that orangey flavour, maybe a bit of nutty, kind of a nutty flavour in there as well. Like maybe a cashew nut sort of flavour for me. And then when I go to taste it, what I'm going to do is take a small sip, just going to kind of roll it around the mouth a little bit, almost chew it, which sounds weird with a liquid, but yeah, almost chew it to really get the flavours across the tongue. So let's go. Cheers. Wow. So yeah, that orange flavour is still there for me. Perhaps getting some other raisins in there, maybe some other sort of fruits in there, and definitely a bit of a spice, a nice warming finish to it. But it's not too overpowering. It's not burning the throat, burning the tongue. It's actually a nice creamy finish. It's sliding down quite nicely. So yeah, really, really nice dram that. Hats off to the guys at Aber. That's a really good dram. Maybe getting a bit of toffee flavour at the end there as well. So yeah, so definitely for me, it's the orangey flavour and the orange taste that was quite strong throughout. A slight kind of raisiny, maybe toffee feel to it. Definitely some spice, but a really nice, smooth, creamy finish on that. So yeah, I've really enjoyed that. Hope you have too. Let us know what flavours and smells and tastes you got in the comments. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed.